Imagine this. You've sold your home, the papers are signed, the money is in the bank. But instead of packing your bags and leaving, you're still living there. Sounds strange, right? Well, this is actually a powerful real estate strategy that many homeowners use when they're building a new house or waiting for their next home to be ready. And if you understand how it works, it can save you a lot of stress, money, and unnecessary moving. This strategy is called a leaseback, also known as a rent-back agreement. And for many sellers, it's a total game changer. Let's say you're building a new home. Construction is underway, but the completion date keeps shifting. Anyone who has ever built a house knows delays happen all the time. Materials get delayed, contractors run behind schedule, weather causes problems. But here's the problem. You may need to sell your current home in order to have the money ready for the new one. So now you're stuck in a tough situation. If you sell too early, you might have nowhere to live. If you wait too long, you might miss your chance to buy the new home. This is where a rent-back agreement becomes incredibly useful. Here's how it works. You sell your home to the buyer just like a normal sale. Ownership officially transfers to them at closing. But instead of moving out immediately, the buyer agrees to let you stay in the home for a short period of time. During that time, you simply pay rent to the new owner. This arrangement can last a few weeks or sometimes a couple of months. Everything is written clearly into the contract, including how long you'll stay, how much rent you'll pay, and what responsibilities each side has. Sometimes the rent is calculated based on the buyer's mortgage payment. Other times it's a flat fee agreed upon by both sides. In some cases, the seller even pays the entire rent up front from the proceeds of the home sale. There may also be a security deposit in case of damage and a clause protecting the buyer from liability while the seller is still living there. Now, here's something interesting. In today's competitive housing market, a seller asking for a short rent-back period can actually help the buyer win the deal. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine two buyers offering the same price for a home, but one of them is willing to let the seller stay for a few weeks after closing. That flexibility can be the thing that makes their offer stand out. And that leads to situations where both sides benefit. Let me give you a real example. An elderly widow decided it was time to move into a newly built condominium community designed for easier living. She had recently gone through hip replacement surgery and no longer wanted to deal with maintaining her large family home. The house was beautiful, but it was a lot of work. It had multiple floors, a large wooded yard, and a garden filled with mature plants and shrubs she had cared for over the years. Maintaining it had simply become too much. So she decided to sell the home and move into a one-level condo where exterior maintenance would be handled for her. But there was one complication. Her new condo wouldn't be finished for several weeks after the expected closing of her home sale. Moving twice would be exhausting and expensive, so she came up with a clever solution. A young couple with two sons fell in love with her home. They really wanted it, but the situation was competitive. The widow didn't raise the price during negotiations. Instead, she made a very creative counteroffer. She asked for a rent-back period of up to 2 months after closing. In exchange, she offered to pay the buyers a modest flat rental fee at settlement. The amount she offered was actually less than what the couple's new mortgage payment would eventually be. And since the buyers wouldn't even make their first mortgage payment until the following month, the arrangement worked perfectly for them. The couple accepted the offer, and just like that, both sides won. The widow only had to move one time, straight into her new condo when it was finished, and the young family got the home they loved, a home they might have lost in a normal bidding war. This is the power of thinking creatively in real estate. A leaseback agreement isn't just a technical contract clause. It can be a practical solution that helps both buyers and sellers achieve what they want. So if you ever find yourself needing to sell your home before your next one is ready, remember this strategy, because sometimes the smartest move isn't moving out right away. Sometimes the smartest move is selling your home and renting it back. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss another financial week. See you soon on another one.